Good morning, respected jury, and all my fellow educationists present here. I'm the principal of Navrachana School, Vadodara. Well, Navrachana School Sama is a 47-year strong institution deriving its strength from deep-rooted value systems, a futuristic approach, and a very supportive group of philanthropists and educationists at its helm. The school's motto is fostering the spirit of excellence, which it achieves through education, shared experience, and community service. Navrachana enables its students to become responsible global citizens, politically and environmentally aware, committed to the ideals of peace, understanding, and cooperation. The school believes that every child is unique and takes them on the road of self-discovery. Focus is on all-round development and inculcation of core values. Students and teachers at Navrachana thus aspire to be the change. The 3,000-strong school has a highly qualified and experienced teaching body and a healthy ratio of 1:18 student-teacher. STEM. Navrachana believes in nurturing a scientific outlook in its students. Hands-on practical work and experimentation is the main thrust vis-a-vis textbook teaching and learning. The Maths Lab, the Tod-Jod Club, the Innovative Science Club, the Eco Club, and the Astronomy Club help to foster the scientific spirit in the students. Our aim is to make children question, explore, probe, analyze, apply, and infer, and become creative thinkers. Innovations, however small, are encouraged and even sometimes patented. Senior students audit the consumption of water and electricity as a year-long project. Many are into making of short films to spread awareness, two of which have been nationally acclaimed. Our summer little ones are encouraged to visit science parks, discovery zones, the planetarium, wildlife resorts, etc. The scientific ethos thus cultivated has led students to win President's Award at Ignite competition for innovations. For the past 3 years, the International Smithsonian Challenge Award has been conferred on our young students. Navrachana is one of the first schools to start IT education in Western India. In the year 2002, the state award was won by the school, and in 2003, the national award from the Ministry of Information and Technology for excellence in computer literacy. Navrachana is a fully IT-enabled school. Ourselves as a testing is done, and early identification and remediation is provided along with parental training. We believe in meritocracy. Our teachers are handpicked, sensitized, and groomed to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Even several of them are TEA and IELTS fellows and have been trained in universities abroad. The society apportions a handsome amount in the school budgets towards teacher training, updation, and skill development. In fact, we are equipped to become trainers and resource persons in these areas. Children are regularly taken out to perform on international platforms, thereby giving them global exposure, building harmony, trust, and brotherhood. We have 100% results and 100% placements in India and abroad. In the sports arena, we are national champions. 2 of Navrachana's principals are national awardees, and we have lots of national awards in our children's kitty. Navrachana believes in a democratic setup and an enabling environment. And we have all these things happening through our fine arts. One concrete idea that we will try to achieve that benchmark, which will always remain at the top, not in awards and things like that, but even in the kind of work we do, in the kind of delivery of goods that a school requires to do.
Madam, you have mentioned that your students are also engaged in research work. Can you tell me what is the aim of organizing the research work?
The aim, first, I would like to just point out that today's curriculum has just touch and go kind of, syllabuses that are provided. Are always encouraged to do more, and then sometimes we have paper reading competitions so that children of their level are doing in-depth study of certain topics, and this presentation helps them to go and understand a little more. They approach their teachers, they approach scientists, they go to the university, they sit with the maths lab, the mathematicians there, the scientists there, and this is how we promote that research skill. Because that is the need of the hour, sir.
Ma'am, I have 3 questions. The first one is, we would like to know a little bit about Todo Jodo Club.
Okay. Okay, come.
This is we run a club called Each Child Can Think Like a Genius, and where children are encouraged to think, thinking skills. Within that premise, there is a small laboratory. Parents have contributed to it. Children are encouraged. That Todford laboratory is free for all after school hours when they wish to sit and play around and make or break things. And musical instruments.
Children who are fond of music sit with us, instruments.
Thank you. The second question is that in STEM, study of maths is extremely important.
Yes.
And from your presentation, I could not really get much about encouraging students to do maths, and what is the average result of maths in different classes.
First of all,
Because coming from Gujarat, maths should be the strongest. It's the business hub of the world.
commerce.
So commerce.
First of all, I would like to tell you that it is a little bit of it was in the presentation, but when ma'am said it has to be 5 minutes, I quickly
So just tell us.
are using on their own, and all the tests are done online. We had last year we had 2 students, one from commerce, one from science, getting 100%. But over this, every year, even in the class 10, even in the class 12, we have a lot of students. I will not say they get 100, but they definitely are above 98. Lots and lots of them.
So if we were to talk quickly,
Ma'am, I would like to
can
tell
you
you-
quickly think of a term where like STEM is a very commonly used word, right? Why don't you tell us a term that could be applied with technology and maths and computer, in your business studies?
Which term?
STEM that should be promoted and not another, a group, a category.
I think statistics is one word which takes in both the commerce and the mathematics angle. And what I was wanting to tell you is that a lot of the teaching is done by the PowerPoints or the models or everything that the teachers themselves make. The fun fair that we have is completely student oriented, and they go.
I had a small question. When you were saying about placements, so what do you mean by the placements?
Placements, first I spoke about our Navrachana.
Yeah.
That is our school for slum children.
Mhm.
We have 300 children, and the most beautiful part of it is that after doing their NOS, they are put. So a lot of these Navrachana children are rehabilitated, put into jobs which fetch them 6, 7, 8,000 rupees, and they are not made to sweep. When they come to us, they are housemaids. These, yes.
So at what age? I'm not sure. I see.
One has got a placement in NID.
Straight after school.
Straight after school. Straight after school. Most of them get placed in, and 3 have got into NIFT
Yeah.
because we offer fashion technology as
You know
a subject.
why I particularly asked this?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I've had an experience of doing my study once about entrepreneurial development.
Yes.
And then it was found out in that study, that the schools have to play a great role in promoting the entrepreneurial,
Yes.
side of the country.
And
Our student who went for the Microsoft, and he's been one of our students. He's a computer wizard, and he's been creating programming for Microsoft, and he's earning very well, very
Okay.
good, like a 12th grade pass.
I think
He's
that's
working for
good.
Microsoft online, and he earns well.
Okay. Then one more question, which goes along with Madam Jona's, statement about the maths content. I've had a trip to Gujarat a few times. My son was there. What about your collaboration with and your understanding of GSTs, Junior Science Talent? You have this and NTSC, National
No, every
Science
year
Talent
we have
exams.
NTSC scholars for the other, and they make beautiful games.
Okay.
So one thing that I am doing now is to request all of you to please come over sometime to
Definitely,
Navrachana. That
definitely.
will be such
And I must congratulate you. It was a very wonderful presentation
Thank you so much.
and very, very enthusiastic.
Thank you so much.
My question is a little different. You are lecturing tomorrow and you have covered all aspects of your area, social, education, profession. Can you honestly tell us the one problem, common problem, which affects the nurturing tomorrow and you're handling innovatively or whatever way, the honestly?
My biggest, the first and the biggest problem that I am all the time facing in today's world is the huge amount of gratification that parents are giving to their children. And that is one thing that we try to constantly talk about and tell our parents that it is the rigor, the hard work, and the honest outlook to life that is going to take them ahead. Whatever much you may give them, all the gizmos, all the gadgets, all the words, everything may be at their door, in their hands. But that's not going to be. The human touch is the most important. Socialization they are forgetting. They are not reaching out to people. They sit and I have a student whom we had to counsel for days and days, 18 hours in the day was only texting. So this has become a very major hassle, I think.
Sorry for having the last question.
No, ma'am.
You have talked in your, awareness only of political awareness when in your presentation. Social, it was not even social, it was political.
Social awareness.
Social and political awareness. Why is political awareness so important?
Not political
You
awareness.
said political.
Acha, maybe socially and politically aware. Yes,
There are only two, but you've not talked about economic awareness, you've not talked about moral awareness.
Moral we have taken up as social outreach
Yeah, but
and the emotional
political
thing.
is the least that we want our kids.
I agree with you, but political awareness in the sense that when the political system is going wrong, the children must be able to decide that tomorrow they will be the vote.
Do you really think so? Or you
No, I think, I very frankly feel that the child must be able to decipher who is who.
all the Anna Hazares of the world on the streets and all that goes on and on, do you think the children should be exposed? Because emotionally they may not be there.
Ma'am, it's not, at class 11, 12, I think they're big enough to
No,
be
no, we're
exposed.
talking of the whole school.
Whole school doesn't get involved in all these kind of activities. It
But
is
there is
only at that.
more to a life than political
Oh
awareness.
yes, 100%, ma'am. You do not, if you come and see
Because
the
we don't want our kids to be even looking at the parliaments.
no, it would be wonderful if they didn't. I would be the
That's the big worry one has.
Absolutely.
That's a challenge for the parents.
Yes.
Save the kids from
Yes.
leadership in space.
Absolutely. And we believe I am a very happy person. At my age, I still sing and dance with them. And I believe in creating an atmosphere where learning is truly a happy situation. Yes, ma'am?
This is just because you just mentioned about gratification by the parents of the children. Regarding that, I was remembering, and I want to ask you in that connection. A child has a birthday and he wants to celebrate in the school. That's what we discussed many times. It's a big problem, headache for the parents.
Right.
And children say that child's parent gifted this thing to the teacher and this thing to the friends. Do you have any rule and regulation?
Yes, ma'am.
To check
Nothing
that?
is allowed but one toffee to the class.
Okay,
And
that's
the teacher.
that's all. That's a good thing.
Thank
And
you.
that's what the DPS has been doing.
Yes, we
I want
also
to tell you
follow
that
same.
as a parent, I had the experience that my children carry only 2 rupee pen for the teacher, I said, why 2 rupees? We are not allowed more than that. And just a small packet of toffee.
Yes.
And I, being a government servant's wife, I never had enough money to spend on that.
Absolutely.
So
And
I
I
was so
think,
comfortable.
and sometimes the parents come and tell us that we want to give our child this for the birthday.
Yes.
Can you, madam, suggest? And that is the time we tell them, why don't you give that money to Navrachana?
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you so much.
Before I go to the next presentation, I would like